Hey, it's Ohara. Welcome back to my channel. So, I'm here to talk to you about the top 10 Monster High couples. I just did a video for the top 10 Ever After High couples, and I did research for both of them to figure out who I thought were the best couples. Some of them I obviously already knew. Monster High was a lot easier than Ever After High because there's a lot more couples in Monster High, canon and non-canon. So yeah. So I'm really excited to do this one because I love Monster High. It's one of my favorite things. I have a Monster High poster. I have the Twilight's Diary, which came with my Twilight doll I used to have. I have no idea what happened to her. I moved a lot. So she probably got lost in one of the moves. I have a Frankenstein Lego thing I still have. Well, I still have some of the pieces. I don't think I have the entire thing anymore. I don't like Frankie, but my dad didn't know that when he bought me that. He just knew I liked Monster High, so he got me Frankie. And I was like, I still, did the whole Lego thing. It was a tiny Lego piece with just Frankie and a few accessories like an eye coffin and stuff. But yeah, I think I actually still have that. At least some of the pieces. Some I think got lost, but I think I have some of them. I'll have to check. Um, but yeah, I'm obsessed with Monster High. And yeah, I have several Wattpad fanfictions if you guys want to check them out on um at my username is author Johara Harper. But yeah, so let's go on with the list. Number 10 is Jackie Laura and Kiyomi. Um Now, I used to not ship them until I was just watching Taylor's Disney, which you guys should go subscribe. Well, that's not her username anymore. I still call her that though, because that's what I'm used to her for. But her username is now Kaylin McKillip. She talks about Disney, but she doesn't just talk about Disney anymore. She also talks a little bit about Nickelodeon, I think, Barbie a lot, and she talked about Julian Phantoms in one episode and one video, and then she has two Most High videos now. She was only introduced to Monster High recently. She did a video where she ranked them all, and she just did a top 10 ships of who she ships. And some of them I agree with, but there was one that I really did not agree with. But other than that, I think all the other ones I do ship. Whether or not they made it in the video is a different thing. Um, but anyways, um, uh, But yeah, she did a top 10 Monster High ships, and I was like, I've been planning a video like that for a while, and I figured why not, because now I'm in a big Monster High mood again, and now I really want to talk about it. I just watched the Monster High movies recently, twice recently actually, um, because I'm obsessed with Monster High, and I bought them all because I wanted to watch them all. Well, except the reboots are trash. But anyways, Dracula Kiyomi. I don't know if that's a popular or not. That was also on her list, but I put it on my list because I do ship them. Not as much as Dracula and Claude because they are later on the list, but I do think they are kind of cute. And if Claude was out of the picture, I would choose Dracula to be with Kiyomi. I know some people would choose for her to be with Claudine, but I just love their friendship so much. I don't want to ruin it with a relationship. Like they have my favorite friendship, but I didn't always ship Dracula and Kiyomi. I think I only recently started realizing how cute they actually are when watching her ship list and watching her talk about Dracula and Kiyomi because I was like, they're just so cute, like the little Mewtwo and her theory about Kiyomi choosing to haunt Draculaura because she thought Draculaura was cute because all the monsters she could have chosen, she chose Draculaura, and I really like that idea. And even before I started shipping them, I did uh I did believe that Kiyomi had a crush on Draculaura, like that part was obvious, but whether or not I liked them as a couple was a different thing. And if Claude was out of the picture, I would definitely ship them, but sorry, I do still prefer her with Claude. But the two of them are cute. Like, I love how Kiyomi gets all flustered around Draculaura and finding out, and Draculaura finding out about Kiyomi being the one to haunt her, but not caring, and then how um the hall monitors tried to say that Kiyomi was breaking some rule to put more chains on her, and then Dracula defended her pretty quickly, and then when he tried to put the chains on Draculaura, and Kiyomi flew in front of her and took the chains for her, which was so adorable, and then they all fly away, and then later on there was when they were trying to make the portal back to the ghost world, um, Kiyomi said that she has to try, and the Draculaura was like, "We have to try to help her. We can't let her do this by herself." So Draculaura ended up trying to help, and everyone else joined in. It was just really cute. Like their whole relationship in Haunted is just so adorable, and yeah. But anyways, moving on. Number 9 is Rochelle and Garrett. They had a really cute relationship in Scarcity of Frights, and I always kind of shipped them, but until she was talking about them, talking about how cute they were, and rethinking about that movie because I didn't have to rewatch the movie. I watched it recently, but thinking back to that movie, and I was like, you know what? I think I shipped them more than I realized. Like when I first made this list, I didn't even think I put them on the list. I think I put them on honorable mentions, but now they're definitely on the list because they're actually really cute. And yeah, so um and Scarcity Frights, that's the only movie you really see them up. But I love how Rochelle is talking to Frankie about the her past with Garrett and about how he did that whole rosebush thing for her and wrote to her every day. And I love how in the they are looking for him the entire time, and then at the end they find him and find out that he didn't stop writing her because he moved on, but because he was kidnapped and held prisoner for a while, and their reunite them reuniting was just so adorable. They kissed even though he's still technically prisoner, and then when they free him, they hug, and it was just really sweet, you know. And Rochelle wanted to go back to Monster High, but Garrett promised to write to her every day, and their relationship is just so cute. And I also love when he's like, um, eventually he when he was explaining about the internship and how his inspiration kind of dried out. He was like, "There's no inspiration down here, no Rochelle," and I thought that was so sweet. Like Rochelle is his inspiration, and that's just the sweetest thing ever. Number 8 is Operetta and Johnny. Now that's one that's kind of underrated, and that's one that's kind of underrated ship. Um, what was I talking about? Operetta and Johnny. Yeah, Operetta and Johnny. They're really cute, and I think they're very underrated. Um, you got to see some of them in Haunted. They were hanging out most of the movie, and the times you actually saw them, it wasn't about the two of them. It was mostly about Spectra and Porter and the Ghost Worlds and Draculaura and Kiyomi, and yeah. But there's Opera and Johnny is they were so cute. Like I love how whenever they were thrown into the ghost world, Operetta was kind of holding tight on Johnny, and he was holding her close. And Oprah was like, "I don't want to be here, Johnny," and he kind of just pulls her closer and he comforts her, and it was really sweet. And I really like how they, for the backstory between them in the webisode, because they didn't like each other at first, and it's been a while since we've seen it, so there's a lot I don't remember, but they didn't like each other at first, and but they bond over their music, and it was really sweet. But their background, they're farther back on this list because you don't see nearly enough of them. So yeah, but they were really cute and underrated. So number 7 is Abby and Heath. We don't get enough of them. Abby and Heath are just they're Abby and Heath. Ice and a fire, like they're the definition of opposites attract, and I love them. I love the scenes we get to see of them. Like in I almost said Ghost Roll. It's not that. But yes, it is. It is Ghost Roll. Heath was all upset because Abby saved his life, and then the guys were being mean to him, being like Heath was saved by a girl, which I hate that stereotype. But one thing I love about Monster High is that they always show the girl power and stuff, and but Abby didn't see the big deal of it, and he kept trying to save her life to prove that he's a man, I guess. I don't know. And but it kept backfiring, and Abby would have to save Heath again and again. he did end up saving her life at the end, but it was funny because he saved her life when he wasn't trying to save her life. He just did what he knew needed to be done because the ice sculpture was about to fall on her. Then he used his heat powers to make it like not fall on her and um to make it melt and stuff. And she was like, in my country, that means you ask girl to dance or something like that. And so they ended up dancing. It was really sweet. But I just love their dynamic every time you get to see it. Like, I also liked in Scarcity of Fright before he started hitting on Jennifer, which I'm not behind that relationship. Just because they both have firepower does not mean they should be together. But anyways, when when the guys first got to scare us to see the ghouls, and um Claude was saying how much he missed Draculaura, and Claude missed each other. Cleo and Deuce missed each other, and then Keith was like, "Does no one miss me?" And then Abby was like, "I did a little." And then he started flexing and stuff, and she was like, "Do not push it." He gives this little shy smile you never see Heath do, except for with Abby. I just ship it so much. They're so underrated. Come on, they just. I just really like them together. Number 6 is Caddy and Pharaoh. They were so cute together in New York, New York, and I wish we got to see more of them. New York, New York was one of the last movies, though, so it's not like we could have seen them in a later movie. I'm pretty sure that was the second to last, not including the reboots, so of the original movies. So yeah, but they were just so cute. I love the little meet cute they had. Cause I don't. When people talk about the meet cute, they talk about like when they were singing and when they officially first met, they were singing, and then they were running from fans, which is really cute. But there's a little detail that I'm not sure if everyone notices. But when they were singing, when the ghouls were singing, Fright's camera. No, what's the song called? Do I have to go to Spotify to find out? Cause that one song when they first got to New York, I forgot what it's called now. It's off the tip of my tongue, but um, Big City Fright Lights. I think that's what it's called. Um, and Caddy was walking by as they saw a guy dance, and it was Pharaoh, and he kind of stops for a minute and stares at her as she walks by. Like, I don't think everyone notices that, but that was before they even officially met. Um, but that's probably why he pulled her along to sing with him when they first met, because he recognized her from earlier. And, well, he already knew who she was, and he probably just wanted to sing with her, but still, it was really sweet. And then they ended up running away from the fans, and then I love how he helps her get her music back because she forgot why she started this in the first place, which is really sweet. And um, how she convinces him to not give up on his music because it's a part of him, and how she gave up everything to find what he already has. And then my favorite scene in New York, and my favorite song, well, is New York, and I just love when Pharaoh's like, not happening. And he takes off his helmet, and then Caddy's just like, Pharaoh? And he kind of just smiles at her, and then the song starts, and then Caddy starts singing with him. They have this huge song, and everyone's watching. The ghouls are dancing. The parents and Ephra are all angry because this just ruins their entire plan. And it's just so adorable, and I'm so for it. And I love how, I also love when Caddy gets his voice. Caddy gives him his voice back after she got her voice back, and then they sang that little part again. And he takes off his helmet, and then they just hold each other close. And then I also love when in the final song when Astronova's singing, and they sing a little part of it and dancing together in the air, and it was just so sweet, and I ship them so much. Number 5 is Spectra and Porter, another amazing couple, which we only got to see for one movie, but you know they're just so cute, when I and I just love when they first meet, and he bumps into her, and you just know there's something there because it kind of just goes in slow motion as they stare at each other. Of course, he gets mad at her right after because he blames her for getting caught, but and then she gets stuck at Haunted High, and and Porter kind of won't leave her alone, and uh, uh, and it's just really sweet. And I love how he kept calling her a duo, and I love the little drawing he gives her in his notebook, and in her notebook, whatever. And I love the desk he made for her, and I love how he risked a lot to get her and her friends' chains off. I mean, first it seemed like he betrayed her, which was really heartbreaking. But they find out that he only did that so that he knew how the key thing would work and could nab it from the headmistress, so that he could use it to get all the transfer their chains to him. And he risked. I mean, he hated having chains. That's why he always tried to evade the hall monitors. But he risked having all those chains just to free Spectra and the ghouls, and it was really sweet. And he made the whole desk for her because he at first he just thought it was a junk, but when she made a comment about how it was a lovely antique desk, he rigged it up for her, which was really sweet. And I shipped them a lot, if you cannot tell, but they were just so cute. And I love how she eventually admitted that he was a duo, and how he helped her uncover the secrets of the Red Lady, who is actually their headmistress. And then the little thing at the end when both worlds were hanging out together, how he did the whole she admitted that they were a duo, and then he did that whole painting of her as they flew away, and it was so cute, and I shipped them a lot. Number four is a non-canon ship, but one that until recently it was sometime this year is when I actually started shipping them. I mean, 13 Wishes is one of the more older Monster High movies, but I just really like them, and Twilight's one of my favorite characters, and I love their dynamic in 13 Wishes, and I started realizing that they're actually really cute as a couple, and yeah. So in 13 Wishes, I just love how Howleen is all insecure, how all she cares about is being popular, and she doesn't think she's worth anything if she's not popular. And Twilight kept saying, "It doesn't matter if you're popular. I still like you. Like that's all that matters," which is really sweet. I was like, now I just wish that she would have asked her out, because I swear I did not pick up that there might be more than just friendship. Like I remember them. They used well even after I realized there might be more than friendship. I wasn't sure if I shipped them. I mean, I wouldn't be against it, but I wasn't necessarily for it either, because I really love their friendship, like Dracula and Claudine's. Like some people ship them, and I don't. I just love their friendship so much. It's my favorite friendship. And Twilight and Howling was one of my favorites, like right under Dracula and Claudine probably. And but then I started thinking, I was like, you know what? They would make a really cute couple. I mean, Dracula and Claudine have the whole childhood best friends thing, and how she's in love with his brother, and how they can become sisters one day because of that. And yeah, but with Twilight and Howleen, I think their bond can be even more than friendship. And I love how Twyla, even when Howleen started acting like a jerk because she was under she was under the influence of the Shadow Genie Wisp, Twyla never gave up on her. She still said that she's my friend and I'm going to fight for her, and which was really sweet. And I love at the dance at the end, and Howleen was like, um, all I need is to be with Twyla, which is really sweet. But the Twyla's like, maybe we should go over there, and she teases her how it gets boring hanging out with just her, and Howleen looks all sad, pouty, and Twyla's like, kitty, and it's just really sweet. And I would just love their friendship, like, I love the friendship, and I would love if it became something more. And I can definitely see that happening. And now I really want that to happen. If you don't want to watch fan fiction, please let me know. Number three is Laguna and Gil. Now they are one of the main couples throughout the franchise. One of the couples you see more than just one movie, because most of these couples you only really get to even see them in one movie. Um, but I think there's like three couples that you get to see throughout the franchise, and they're one of them. But they were really cute, and they have this whole forbidden relationship thing going on for them because uh she's saltwater, he's freshwater, his parents are against him, and I really love how they started dating because she had a crush on him, and she lost her notebook where she did all the duels, and Gil gave it to her when he opened it, it said meet me at the fountain at 3, and then it was really sweet, and that's how they started, and I really love in one of the webisodes Gil was getting ready for his dates with Laguna, and his parents were all against it, like they always are. And he was like, what does he say? He says, um, I don't care if you guys don't like it. I love Laguna. He said all these amazing things about her, and it's like, oh, their goals. I love them so much. And despite being one of the um, main couples in the franchise, I think they're also one of the most underrated, believe it or not. But they shouldn't be because they're amazing. And one of my favorite scenes of the two of them is at the end of 13 Wishes because Laguna had a wish that she was that Gil's parents accepted her, but that turned her into a fresh water monster, which is not what Laguna liked, or not what Gil liked. Gil liked her as herself, which is a saltwater monster. And when she becomes a saltwater monster again, he gets so happy, and he's like, "You're back!" And then later on, you see them talking, and Laguna's like, "I'm sorry, I know you liked me like that." And he was like, "Are you kidding? I love you this way for who you are," and it was just such sweet. It's definitely one of their best moments. Um, and I also like them in Skull Shores because you think Gil left Laguna, but he didn't because he would never leave Laguna. So he went to get a saltwater army. He went to meet Laguna's parents, which is what he was afraid to do. To uh and was able to save them in the end. It was really sweet. Um, and then in the last movie before the reboot, I told you guys my issues with Laguna in that one because Laguna is actually one of my favorite characters. She's my fourth favorite character, and I didn't like that they changed her voice actress because she sounded like she wasn't even Australian, like it was like a fake accent. And they also changed her character because she seemed a lot more hot-headed and um, stuff than Laguna is, and it really annoyed me. But but the movie itself wasn't that bad. I mean, it's not my favorite, but I did like it, and I liked aspects of it. I liked Laguna and Gil's relationship in that one because he found out about her stage fright and was ready to defend her and protect her, and how at the end when she tried to go on stage and ended up having stage fright again, he got the everyone to stop laughing and realized how brave Laguna was for willing to go out there even though she was terrified, and it was just really sweet on Gail's part. Number 2 is Cleo and Deuce, obviously. Um, the two of them were really sweet. They're also one of the main ships in the show. I think most of the movies you get to see them even just a little bit. Um, 13 Wishes, I guess you get to see them a good portion in that movie. Um, I love how in Frights Can't, or no, which one is it? Scarcity of Frights, you get to see them uh, uh Du- Deuce is all away from Cleo, and he was like, "I'm happy that I get some guy time," but then he ends up missing her so much, and that little dramatic scene at the end, well, not at the end, but like when he sees her again in Scaris, and he's like, "Never leave for this long again," and she's like, "Okay." I thought that was really sweet, a little bit out of Deuce's character, but I guess it also shows like he isn't always just that cool guy because he really does care about Cleo, and it was really sweet. Um, and then what other? There's also the Ghouls Rule when the two of them I lost my train of thought. Ghouls Rule shows a lot about the issues that they have because Cleo's father and sister are not okay with him, which you can see more in New York, New York. But uh, she ends up breaking up with Deuce, and he asks if this is what she wants or her parents. She's like me, even though it's not true. And he was like, fine, whatever. And then uh, at the end of the episode, she goes up to him and apologizes and says that her parents don't like them, but she doesn't care anymore because she likes him. And then he forgives her, and they kiss. And then she reveals that she had them on speakerphone the entire time so that they would hear that she got back together with Deuce, even though they were against it. And then she just leaves her phone with her dad yelling at her as her and Deuce walk away, which is hilarious. And then there's Boo York when Deuce doesn't want to break up with her this time because Nephra made him believe that he wasn't good enough for her. She's a princess. He's the opposite, and she deserves better. And then which was really sad. They both cried, and it was just so sad. But Deuce ends up when they all go to stop the common ceremony. Caddy gives Farrah his voice back. Deuce yells for Cleo, and she's so happy and runs to him. And then he was like, "I'm so sorry," and he was like, and she was like, "I don't care. I like you better this way." He takes off his glasses that she had, the golden glasses she'd given him, and gave him back his glasses. She was like, "I like you this way," and this and that, and it was just so sweet. Like, I love their relationship. Honorable mentions are Ghoulie and Slow Mo. We don't get to see them that often. I think we see them more in the webisodes than in the movies. I think the only movies where we got to see them a lot is Why Do Ghouls Fall in Love? Oh, we didn't even get to see them that much in that one. Like she was just Ghoulie was trying to figure out where like how who she should take to the party or whatever. But they're kind of cute. And then Rebecca and Sai. The only reason why I didn't put them on the list because honestly, I might have put them there instead of Opera and Johnny. To be honest, I don't get me wrong. Like I said, I think Opera and Johnny are really cute. But Rebecca and Sai just have something. But the only reason why I didn't is because technically they were never in the movies or the webisode. We met them in the Ghoul Friends series because there's two different Monster High series, and then one of them is the Ghoul Friends series where you meet Sai, um, and he's a Cyclops, and he gets really close to the three ghouls, Rebecca, Venus, and Rochelle, and especially Rebecca. He has a huge crush on her, which is canon, but and they never become a couple, but technically they're canon because Sai obviously has a thing for Rebecca, and then which is which was mentioned, and then Rebecca, even though it never mentions it, it's kind of obvious how much Rebecca loves Sai. Like, I they were so cute in the series, and I'm still mad that they never became something. I still think they could have made a fifth book because they left it off for the possibility, but they never did. Um, and then number one is Dracula and Claude. Obviously, they're my favorite couple. If you know me at all, you know that Dracula and Claude are my favorite couple. Dracula is my favorite character. I love the two of them. Um, they're just so sweet. Like I I love their relation. Like in Fight On when they were having the whole issue about vampires and werewolves, and that showed the little forbidden aspects. But that was the only movie that really showed the forbidden aspects. Well, not really. I mean, technically it did in the webisodes a little bit, but that was not from. But that didn't have anything to do with the vampire and werewolf aspect, but because Claudine didn't want anything to do with, well, didn't want Dracula and Claude to date. And I also love how they started dating. You know how uh Dracula um likes Claude, and Claude tried to save her from Heath because Heath was being Heath and hitting on Dracula, and so Claude decided to save her by asking her to the dance, and which was really sweet. But Claude didn't like it, and then Claudine even tried to stop them a few times, like when they were on vacation, and she was hiding the letters Claude was sending to Dracula because she didn't want them to be together, and then whenever they were having lunch together, she showed a steak because uh uh, she faints at the sight of meat, and then uh, Claude ends up trying to rush to her, and Claudia's house, which I thought was really cute because he was like gonna rush to her to make sure she's okay because he really cares about her. And I just love these two of them in their relationship. There's like so many scenes I can mention. Like there's obviously Why Do Ghouls Fall in Love? Like how can I not mention that one when I talk about Dracula and Claude? That was one of the uh most that was one of the most epic movies that had to do with the two of them and how I just one of my White Eagles Fall in Love is probably my favorite Monster High movie, and because that's to do with Dracula, obviously, but also because of Dracula and Claude. And I just love how he tries so hard to find the perfect gift for her because he thinks she's the most amazing ghoul, and nothing is good enough for her. And uh, I love how he wanted to give her a box of memories, which was really sweet, and it was such a heartfelt gift. And how heartbroken when he was when he thought Dracula wanted Valentine and not him, and then uh I love at the end with the when he broke her spell because love was more powerful than whatever Valentine had over her, and she looked at all the memories inside the box, and actually it showed flashbacks of some of their greatest times together, which was so amazing. And then that freed Claude and broke Dracula's spell, and it was just so sweet. And then they kicked him out, and her and Dracula apologized. He was like, "There's nothing to be sorry for." They kiss, and oh my gosh, I ship it so much. But then there was also Scarcity of Frights when he missed her and then went to Scares just to be with her, and that was also really sweet. And then there was Frights Camera Action when they were all like they didn't want to be apart for 7 days. Like that's the most amazing thing ever. I might be a little biased because I'm obsessed with them, but I just love how um and then at the end of the movie, um, Dracula does the whole little whistle thing that Claudine gave her to get Claude's attention. He gets so excited that Dracula's back, so he runs to her and it shows in slow motion. And then he kind of picks her up and just hugs her, and oh, I ship it so much. And I'm sure I'm sure there's more scenes I can mention if I can think of them off the top of my head. But there's just so many. Like I could be here all day just talking about the two of them. But let's not. Maybe I'll just have an entire ranting video about the two of them one day. Um, but yeah, so they are definitely number one, no doubt in my mind. They are the best couple ever in the Monster High universe, and yes, so uh, that is all. Please like and subscribe and comment your favorite Monster High couples, and we shall discuss. And I'll talk to you guys later.